Testing. Testing 1, 2. Can you hear me? You should be able to hear me now. Yeah, you all should be good now. Let me take these off. What about on Instagram? Can you hear me okay? If you can hear me okay on Instagram, give me some hearts or something. Let me know what's going on there. Let me know if you still can hear me. From my end, it looks like you should be good on Facebook or on Instagram. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Goober Master? All right, so we here. So I'm gonna kind of take a step back at where we were at, just in case you all didn't hear that. So with the initial assessment, hmm? Okay, so I should be good on YouTube too. All right, the Goober Master. If you can hear me on YouTube, give me like a thumbs up or something. Um, so just to walk back a little bit, just in case you weren't able to hear, is that with this assessment, I was able to quickly see that we could raise the income and get the tickets up right away by combining what Goober Master is already good with things that he wants to improve and kind of catch this low hanging fruit. Oftentimes, you'll get a client that's just coming in for a regular haircut that may have some scalp issues. With the scalp issues, we can look at combining haircut services with the scalp treatment and combine both of these services immediately with what we said a couple of weeks ago, home maintenance, which would be shampoo and conditioner that's geared towards the issues with the scalp, as well as a styling product in between services. So we were able to, the average ticket price, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Goober Master, but the average ticket for just a haircut by itself is $40. So we lowballed a scalp treatment at, I believe we said, was it $15 or $20? But we can do haircuts with scalp treatments and do this for about $20, bringing our average ticket up to $60. Combining that with all three of these products, if we lowball the products and we have really inexpensive products, and we can get it for a good price, we can package all three of these services here for about $25, raising our ticket now from $40 to $85 without really adding on no more than 10 minutes onto the time. And I believe that for Goober Master's situation, that was gonna work out well. So that was the first week. Now let me go back out. And then we went into building our client avatar. And this is simply where we are identifying people within our clientele already, people that we already have, people that we're already servicing, that we can base our whole business around. So the Goober Master here, he had 3 clients based off 3 of his best services. We have TC, Carl, and Danny, who are all from 34 to 50 years old, that's making between $75 to $150,000. A couple of them are single, but someone that's married. They have more of a professional driven life, anywhere from entrepreneur to a nurse and even consultant, someone who's transitioning in the same way that I'm doing there. And we're building the business around there. And taking in mind that these are our target clients, then we moved into building our value proposition statement. And for those of you all who are not familiar with the value proposition statement, but simply put, what a value proposition statement is a commitment that you make to your business of the unique position you will put yourself in the market. What is unique about you and what type of value you're going to offer to your target market. Now, I've added a couple more things on here that we didn't discuss last week that we're going to come back to on next week when we get into content building. But a value proposition is simply is a breakdown of who you are as a brand, the type of person that you've designed your business to help, what you understand about them or what you do for them specifically so that they get a particular result or a promised transformation. So here's an example. It's not perfect, but just one that kind of helps as a launching pad for what we're doing. And it says simply that the Art Gallery Image Studio helps guys with wavy and curly hair texture create a custom style so that they can make an amazing impression in their professional and personal life. Now, most people would present a value proposition statement as something that you should use for putting in your bio, and that's initially how I learned it. However, what I'm presenting and how I'm positioning it is that you use your value proposition statement as a way to make sure that everything you do in your business, whether it's online or offline, stays stays in alignment with the commitment that you made in your business. So, with this statement here about helping guys with wavy and curly hair texture, that means that most of my posts, most of what I've learned, and most of what I do needs to be positioned in a way where it helps the guy with wavy and curly textures to understand his hair more, become more comfortable with his hair. The type of haircuts and things that I create should be geared towards showcasing simply that. Um, and because we are into custom hairstyles and things like that, that means that we're heavily focused on client consultation. Going along with client consultation, we're because the promised transformation is making a good impression or an amazing impression in our personal life as well as our professional life. That means that I need to be mindful of the looks that I'm creating for my clients and how they go to work, how they feel about themselves when they're at work, as far as whether it's maintenance, the overall style, how long does the client have when they get up and they got to go out the door. That means I'm really, really mindful of helping the client to look and feel their best personally and professionally. If that makes sense and you're here with me, give me a thumbs up, some hearts on Instagram, even a comment will do well for me here. With the Goober Master, we kind of left off here where we have his breakdown of items that we were kind of throwing around. Goober Master, if you have settled on a value proposition statement that you would like to share, definitely feel free to put that in the comment section. But from this point on and how we're building our business, we don't necessarily have to have a complete statement written out. It's just simply in this section right here where he says, I'm a Raleigh barber, barber located in the Raleigh area, barber, a Raleigh-based professional groomer. He just needs to make sure that in his content creating and how he positions himself, that he makes sure that people can visually see that he is a barber that works in Raleigh, North Carolina. Type of people that he helps: wavy and curly hair, professionals who love the uniqueness of their hair texture, guys and men with wavy and curly hair. The same thing here. What we have going on is that in his post too, the texture of the hair needs to be the highlight. What he doesn't understand is that he provides them with if you can see this right here, he provides them with a customized styles an experience that meets their needs and exceed their expectations. So that means that in his that as he's performing his services, things that he buys for his customers, and the way that he presents his business, what he's committing himself to is going over and beyond expectations. And his promised transformation is that they can walk into any room with confidence of knowing that their grooming is on point. So what he's committed to his clients is, and Goober Master, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but what I hear you saying in your as you finished out your statement, and is that your promised transformation is that you want personal grooming and how your clients look to be the last thing on their mind because they know that you've taken care of them. So if that's right, please send me a thumbs up, send me an okay. If you all on Instagram, I'm only gonna be on Instagram just for a minute, guys, and then we're gonna move over to what we're talking about today. But you know, being mindful of everything that you do in the in your content when you're making it online, and what you do behind the chair, making sure that it is um, that that these four categories are always thought about. I think I'm missing something here, guys. I think I'm missing something here. I feel like somebody might be. Okay. So that's the value proposition statement. With this value proposition statement, you do want to refine it over and over. You want to get to the point where you get the wording the way that you like it. But more importantly, you want to write this in a place, and you want to have it so that every time you're sitting down and you're creating content, and every time you pull your camera out, you are mindful that what you turn your camera on is showcasing who you are and where you're located, showing the type of client that you service. So that means you take your best clients that you have in the chair, those who you enjoy working with. You showcase in your content in some type of way, whether it's visually, whether it's audibly, or whether you write it out in some type of blog, that you understand their needs and their concerns about their hair, their style, whatever it may be. And also, you make sure that in the best way that you can, you showcase that promised transformation of what it is that you're giving to your clients. If that makes sense, give me a thumbs up, send me a comment on Facebook or Instagram. I can see people in here. However, hey, this is we're just getting started with doing these live streams. I got a couple of new gadgets, and I am learning my way around this. If that makes sense, we're gonna move on to this next session. I can hear the. What's crazy is that I can hear the chirp. I just actually don't know where it's coming from. I can hear someone responding. I can't see it, but we'll figure it out. Instagram, I'm going to get ready to close out. If you want to see this and be able to see what everybody else is seeing on the screen, let me see if I can show you. If you want to be able to participate in a way where you can see everything that's going on, feel free to jump over to BarberSHED on YouTube. Feel free to jump over to BarberSHED on YouTube, and I'll see you there. All right. Okay, give me a second, guys. All right, okay. So I can see Facebook right here. What's going on, everybody in Facebook? Y'all should be able to hear me. Y'all should be able to hear me now. Okay, we good. So, Goober Master, you here with me, bro? If you here with me, give me a thumbs up. I'll give you just a second as we move over. So move over to your screen. Okay. So just to recap where we at. I seen my bro Dion, the groomer, in Facebook. Good to see you, bro. We've had a similar conversation that I hope this helps as well too. If you still in here, you can hang out with me for a moment. I think this is gonna help out with exactly what we were talking about uh, just a couple of weeks ago. But again, just to recap for those of y'all who may just be tuning in, what we're doing is that we're raising the income of the Goober Master up by $19,000 with one less day. We want to do all this. We want to do $1,400 a week, 4 days behind the chair, targeting at on at the most 9 people at an average of $40. And but what we're really after is building up this clientele around 36 people, 36 super clients who are looking to invest $40 a week on personal grooming minimum, $40 a week minimum. These type of clients is where we want to build our entire business around. So we're gonna go back into Goober Masters, the Goober Master situation, and we are creating and pricing our service menu. Okay, so believe it or not, my philosophy and how I thought about my business actually came from really odd places. My biggest inspiration kind of comes from the restaurant industry. Chick-fil-A and Chipotle is probably my favorites. Um, and anybody who wants to get this template, if you're interested in this template and you want to know what it is that I'm using, send me a DM. I'll see if I can get you set up. But this menu is simply broken down into different categories. For Goober Master situation, we are basing this around three different three categories similar to the restaurant menu, which is we have our core services, which is going to be more like the entree. We have our add-on services that are going to be similar to our side items. Then we have our retail. Let's just call that condiments. Entrees are standalone items that are oftentimes packaged together with side items, but also frequently purchased as a single item. So, people, I think for the most part, we're familiar with this. Most barbers in our industry, someone can come in and get just a haircut only. So we want to look at the haircut like an entree. But if we take ideas from other industries, like what we're talking about today with the restaurant industry, they present combo packs, or they present the entrees with a side item or two side items. And this is how we want to build it up, because now, just because we have these side items, though they're oftentimes purchased with an entree, in some cases people will buy sides by themselves. So our add-on services, we want to make them in a way where they pair well with our core services, but we want to make sure that we can also do them in a way where if someone wants to come in just for a facial, there's no problem. Um, as we go through this, you'll see this more. If this makes sense, let me know. It's always a little bit of a challenge when you don't get that real time feedback. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so let me see. Next, we have our retail. Our retail items is that we want to look at that kind of like the condiments. The condiments is kind of what adds extra flavor. It enhances the experience of what we're eating. So you can kind of say, well, enhancements kind of do that or whatever. But when I think about, like the restaurant industry and how like those condiments, those sauces, especially at like barbecue restaurants, if you got a Famous Dave's near you, or you have like a Chick-fil-A or something like that, you can oftentimes purchase their sauces as a separate retail item to take home with you, that you can use not only on their items, but you can use that at home on your own food items that you make in between visits. Retail should do that same thing. It should be able to put you in a position where you have have something to keep up our the hairstyle or that look in between services. So let's take a look at this. So this is all based upon Goober Master's assessment and just where we at and where he's going. So we have these core services here: haircut, facial, and shave. Haircut services. Let's open this up so that you can see them. Of course, within there, every single haircut won't take 30 minutes, but we want to break this up into um, 30-minute services, 45-minute services, and even 60-minute services at times. But I haven't got a chance to talk to the Goober Master uh, over the phone just yet, but based upon his work and what I've seen, and because we come from similar circles and backgrounds, I'm assuming that the core of your services are haircuts. Somebody may come in just for a beard, or a lot of times you got clients with haircuts and beards, or some variation of a beard. Chin straps, goatee, mustache, or even just shaving it off. With our shaves too, it could be a head shave, it can be a face shave, it can be both of them. But we have these core services that someone can come in for a haircut by itself and be completely fine. They can come in for a shave service and can be completely fine, or they can come in for some type of facial, and that's all that they get. Now you thought through, how can we take these core items? If I'm moving too fast too, let me know in the comment section. I'm just trying not to run out of time, because I think we'll spend most of the time getting down to the numbers, so we can see how the numbers play out, so we can see exactly what these prices need to be. And I want you all too to be able to take from this today and be able to do the math on your own, and figure out whether or not you're priced too high right now, or you might not be charging enough. We're going to figure that all out today. So I'm moving kind of fast. If it makes sense, let me know. If you need me to slow down, tell me to slow down. But if not, I'm gonna keep on pushing through this. Our haircut services. the way I thought about add-ons, or the way I thought about side items for a meal, is what's going to complement the the service the best. Not overpower it, not take it over, but be more of a compliment. So the first thing that we put down on our list on our add-on services, and the Goober Master, we have not got a chance to talk about this over the phone or whatever, but this could very well be something that you actually do. I'm pretty sure more than likely you're already doing this in some shape, form, or variation, but this is just for the viewing audience. But the first thing that we put on is an express facial. Now, notice that this is express facial, but in our core service is the regular facial, and I'll touch on why I did that in just a moment. But we have an express facial, something that can be done within about 15 minutes. Because again, it's an add-on service, and we don't want to spend too much time when we're upselling our services. So we have an express facial option. Then we got an express beard wash option. Next on our list, we have a detox scalp treatment. Next, we have an express blackhead removal. That takes a little bit more time, but I think it was worth adding on to the add-on services. We have gray hair camouflaging. We put the gray hair camouflaging on there because one of the things that the Goober Master wanted to work on and improve, if I'm not mistaken, is color. Doing gray blending or camouflaging is a great way to get right into the color without taking up too much time. I'll drop this here. Paul Mitchell and Reckon both have a men's a men's color option that takes roughly about 5 to 10 minutes to process at best, where it is designed to just tone down the amount of gray hair, not completely cover and saturate like the other colors that we see on the market. So it puts you in position where guys who are graying that really don't want to have that much gray, but they're afraid to get color because they don't want to look like, they don't want it to be noticeable that they got their hair color. Doing gray blending or some type of camouflage is a great way to introduce your guy clients into color who may otherwise be nervous or more reluctant to get in those color services. And then, of course, we have last but not least everybody's favorite, color enhancements. Again, all of these services, with the exception of the blackhead removal, is 15-minute add-on services. I think a client that initially comes in and they're expecting to spend 30 to 45 minutes in the shop wouldn't mind spending an extra 15 minutes in the shop for these services. Going over to our next section in the retail, we thought about the services, the add-on services, and how can we build up a retail menu list to complement the add-on services as well as the core services. So we have our daily moisturizing shampoo, daily moisturizing conditioner, medicated shampoos, medicated conditioners, styling gels, facial cleansers, facial scrubs, facial toners, an anti-bump stopper, some sort of do-rag, brush, comb pick, trimmers, and electric shavers. All of these I thought through specifically to go along with these services to make the retail selling a lot a lot easier and a natural flow. Like if someone is coming in with a for a haircut service, but you can clearly see that their face is clogged up with oil and they have dry and itchy scalp, you can easily upsell the the scalp detox treatment to deal with the dry flakiness. It's probably oftentimes very itchy, so we can add on a 15-minute detox treatment as well as um, as well as well, you know what? Just to keep it simple, we take the $40 haircut and we've added on this 30-minute, this 15-minute scalp treatment. So we're at 45 minutes there for the scalp detox, with the haircut, and then adding on the medicated shampoo, conditioner, and styling gel, combining those all together from anywhere from $25 to $30, and that adds on no additional time. That takes that client to roughly $70, no, $95 for 45 minutes. If that makes sense, let me know in the comment section. Hit me up. Get some feedback. For whatever reason, I cannot see Facebook comments on my screen. I have to go to my phone. So if you writing me on Facebook, I apologize if you ask me a question and I'm not getting to you. I appreciate it. Tamika, she says a great analogy. Same thing with this facial here. Client comes in for a facial, you wouldn't do an add-on express facial, but what you could do is upgrade their facial, and you could, assuming that the client has some blackheads, we can upgrade the facial service to blackhead removal, more of an extraction service, where we take this this right here was just an example. We can do a facial in about 30 minutes, whatever, but there's different ways that we can enhance the facial service. And more than likely with our guys, if they have facial services, and they're gonna need to maintain that. So that's why we have this facial cleanser, scrub, and toner. You want to package those up together, where now facial cleanser and scrubber, on the low end for these products, we're talking about $35. Now if the client only comes in for a facial service and they decide to skip the blackhead removal or the extraction service, now you still can add on $35 in product, and now our average ticket for a facial with home maintenance products is right around $100. If all this makes sense, we're gonna move on how we set the prices. But I definitely hope that this makes sense with building the core of the menu based off the things that you're really good at, that you've identified in your assessment. For Goober Master's situation, it was haircuts, facials, and shaves. For anybody else that's watching, this menu may look different, but the add-on services were simply selected because they connect themselves to a direct problem that people may have in a regular haircut service, that they may have in facial services, and that they may have with shaves. With shaves, even though most of what we do nowadays are geared towards reducing bumps, every once in a while you still may get someone who may who may have more sensitivity going on. So we want to combine things like our shaves with maybe an express facial, and combine that with some type of bump stopper to also go along with their facial cleanser, scrub, and toner. So now we go from a $40 shave, add on a $30 express facial, that's $70. And now we're going on to about $40 in retail items if we're able to find our supply for a reasonable price. And now our ticket is about $110. So Goober Master's situation is that his target number is about 360 a day. 360 a day, 4 days a week puts him a little just over his target that he needs to hit his $1,400 a week. Now, if Goober Master focused on combining these services in the way that I just described, how many services do we need to do now? He doesn't need to do 9 people now. Now he only needs to hit 3, no more than 4 people now. That puts, and his initial goal from when we first started talking is to be in a position where he has stabilized his income at around $1,400, but taking less people than what he was doing. Looking at your menu in this way and combining services in this way will definitely put him in that position really quickly. And the thing is that because we're building his clientele based around people that he's already doing, Goober Master can get started with this. If he isn't already doing it, he can get started with this tomorrow. Now, this what we're gonna do. I'll take a little quick 5-minute break. I'm gonna come back, and then we're gonna get started with breaking down these numbers and these formulas, so that we can see how all this goes. So we'll be right back. All right. So we're back. What we're doing, what we're getting ready to do is getting ready to look at some uh some of these numbers so we can figure out. Let me answer a question that Goober Master has. Let me put this in the right space. He said, "What are the must-have retail products that you suggest that I start with?" Uh, Based off that list that we were just talking about. Assuming that let's go to it. Assuming that that you know you definitely shampoo, conditioner, some type of styling product. Um, some type of styling product. Those would be the three. But the way I personally think about it is coupling them together because you don't really want to break apart the shampoo and conditioner because they're both needed. Then after you shampoo and conditioner, you need to relock in your style. That's where the styling gel comes in. That's where the foam comes in at. So I would couple those together and put the shrink wrap around it. That would be the three that I would pick. But because I want to promote more of the other services, I'm gonna go with facial cleanser, scrub, and toner because a lot of us we're like washing our face with like just whatever we cleanse our body with, and sometimes they can be way too aggressive. And how we know that is that our like we'll start having reaction in the face. Like me, I have combination skin, so when I'm being lazy and I don't feel like acting right, and I just use regular soap on my skin, I get really oily uh, um, right around here, and I get really dry around there. But um, I know that is gonna happen, so that's what I would suggest for doing the facial cleansing, the scrub, and the toners. But I kind of feel like if you do that, you're gonna really spend a lot of time talking and promoting the importance of having these items in our bathroom. But that's what we want to do anyway. We want to get to the point where we're talking about our services, where we're talking about what we're doing. Um, so I would say pick between that: a good shampoo, conditioner, and styling product, or facial cleanser, scrub, and toner. I hope that answers your question. Let's go. So let me see if I can plug my phone up. If you're all enjoying this, I I'm enjoying it. I'm also enjoying it because I like talking about this stuff. I like doing this. It's like one of my favorite things. Other devices, headphones. Let me see if I can. Okay, so with Goober Master, his target is $76,000. If you can see this on the screen, let me know. I'm pretty sure that you can, but if you can see this, give me a thumbs up, Goober Master. I'm gonna see how we are breaking this down. If you can see this, let me know. Cool. All right. So we got the $67,000, right? And we want to do this in 48 weeks. That was based off the numbers that we were talking before. So we're gonna divide that by 48. So that means that our target number is, if we round that up, like we said, $1,400 a week. Now, Goober Master, how many hours did we agree upon that we want to work in those 4 days? Did we still want to keep it 8 hours a day, or did we want to, or do we want to, or do we want to raise it up 10 hours so that we maintain at least 40 hours behind the chair? Let me know before I move forward. I'm assuming that we wanted to do 10 hours. I believe that's what we said. Oh, you want to do 8? Hey, let me put your comments up here so that we can see that. Okay, just so that everyone can follow along with what we're doing here. Okay, so we want to do this 8 hours a day. So now we want to divide this by 4. So wait, that's 1,400 divided by 4. It's 350. 350 is our target number. Give me just a moment. 350 is our target number. Let me type this in over here so that we can see that in just a moment. $350, and then we're gonna also divide that by, now we're gonna divide that by 8. So now that brings, we're gonna round up to 44. So that means now your hourly target is $44, so that you can hit your 67,000 in 48 weeks. Let's make sure that the math adds up. So if you maintain $44 an hour times 8 hours a day times 4 days a week times 48 weeks, you have your $67,584. So we're right on target. And I think you can easily knock this out. Now, we don't want to just be breaking even, because we have not gotten a chance to talk about any ideas of growth and expansion. I'm not sure if you're in a suite looking to grow out and be. I'm not sure if you're a booth renter trying to go into the suite. I'm not sure exactly what the situation is, but to give ourselves an opportunity to create profit within the business and not just break even, let's take this $67,000 and let's boost it up on an additional 20% in profit, which is around 13,000, or just a little over 13,000. And I'm writing all these numbers down so you'll see all this in the Notion form that we got together. Anybody else who's watching this, whether you're on Facebook now or whether you are on YouTube or you're watching this on the replay, if you want a template like this, where you can work off what we're doing, send me a DM and I'll try to make that happen for you. So now our new number is 80,400. Let's do the breakdown on that to see if this is even possible, because the goal is Goober Master, and he says, let me make sure I get his comments in there. The Goober Master says that he's a booth renter trying to transition it into a suite. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. What we're trying to do is, Goober Master, I'm trying to see if can we do this without you making any changes to your price menu. I'm pretty sure that we can. I'm pretty sure that this is going to work out. That way, the only thing that you will have to focus on now is just only the type of content that you put out to capture those 36 people that we're looking for. So let's break this number down. So we got 48 weeks. That now raises our new target number to 1675. Again, if you fall short of the 1675, you still should be able to blow the 1400 out of the water. Based on your skill set, based on the value that you're already providing, I personally do not see this as being a problem. But let's just see if this works within our current situation. So I'm just filling out, I'm writing some stuff down for you if you can't see it just yet, but we got the 80,400 divided by 48 equals 1675. Divide that by 4. So now that raised our new daily target number is, let's just round it up to 420. I always round up personally, and then because we want to do this within 8 hours, our new hourly target is $52.34. So let's just raise that up to about $55. So we're gonna change that to $55. Hold on, let me put this number in. I'm sorry about that, guys. If you follow me so far, let me know. If I need to start over, let me know. So we got our new hourly target is $55. Just to recap, for those of you all who just aren't in a position because you may be driving or anything like that, or if I can't see your comment because I can't see my Facebook comments, if I have no, I don't have a moderator. I'll check back on Facebook. Sorry, guys. Those of you all who are on Facebook and I can't see your comments come on the screen. Not really sure exactly why I can't see the comments from Facebook just yet. But I'll figure that out. When I glanced at Facebook, I can see that it was quite a few there. Some things going on in the chat, but I'm not able to get my attention to it. So I'm going to come back to that later. But I'm going to focus on Goober Master right now. So we have our new target is $55 an hour. Just to be sure that this is right, I'm gonna again double check the numbers. $55 Now we're doing that 8 hours a day times four um 4 days a week times 48. That puts us a couple of grand over our $80,000 total that we need. Now again, that's the initial uh, um, 48,000 that Goober Master wanted with the $19,000 in increased salary just to raise his quality of life or his ability to put aside money for himself to retire from behind the chair. Now we've added on an additional 20%, um, raising our income an additional $13,000, making our new yearly target just over $80,000. But we're doing this 48 weeks out of the year, 4 days a week, 8 hours a day. So that 8 hours a day, it's less than. So now Goober Master has a lot of free time to grow his business, expand his business, spend time with his wife and with his kids, other family members. He has opportunity to really, really enjoy his life. What I'm giving and what I'm sharing, if you don't know this is stuff that I just personally came across and developed and learned and implemented in my business, and now I'm living it within just the past 6 years. But I've been behind the chair for 20 years. Nobody ever shared this with me. I worked for many, many years where all I was doing was just breaking even. And I had a lot of clients. I was very, very busy. I'm really popular here in Chicagoland, but I just hadn't developed my mind for understanding the business aspect, and it really hurt me in a lot of ways. It really, really hurt me in a lot of ways. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to help you all avoid that and see that I don't want to make this seem like this is just easy to do because it's not. Some of you all who are following along, whether you're doing it right now or whether you're watching the recap, you may be doing your numbers and seeing what your daily target number needs to be or what your hourly average needs to be. That may seemingly be really, really hard, but because you might be in a position where you have to raise your price, but you may be nervous about that. If that's you, if you're watching this in retail or if you're watching this in replay or you're watching this now and you're struggling with how to go up on your prices, hit me in the DM. We'll have a conversation to put you on path to be able to comfortably um, um, raise your income to where it needs to be. Or if it's not if your income is not a problem, but it's your menu, hit me up in the DM. We'll have a conversation, and we'll put you in a position where it's gonna make it really, really hard for you not to succeed. Um, Again, I can't promise or I can't guarantee that you're gonna have success, but I am committed to creating and maintaining an environment that's gonna make it really, really hard for you not to succeed. Um, so let's just see where we at in numbers. So if our hourly target is $55 an hour, this is how I do it. Again, the reason why the timing is so important for your services and being able to take your services and have more predictability um, is because that plays a crucial part to this working, because you also have to set this up on your online booking. You have to make sure that your online booking is set up in a way where everything that we're talking about can be on autopilot. So we're going to break everything down to 15-minute increments. So then that way we got 15-minute add-on services as well as 30-minute core services. I do understand some services take about 45 minutes. Some services are going to take 60 minutes. Some services are going to take 75 minutes. But we want to make sure that we're doing everything in 15-minute increments. I've seen so many times people set up their online booking in 5-minute increments where they have services that take 25 minutes long. Some services I've take 5 minutes long, and I'm looking at what you're offering and the time that it takes, and I know that all you're doing is putting yourself in a position where you're using online booking to stack in people and to put them on top of one another. One of the things that you don't want to do, especially if you're like the Goober Master, you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're upgrading the client experience to a suite and not upgrade the experience. People move away from the regular hustle and bustle of the traditional storefront shop because they want something different. They want an exclusive situation. They want an exclusive type of appointment. They don't want to be in a situation where they're coming to their appointment. They at a suite and they're still sitting just as long as they were waiting to get service as they was when they was in traditional storefront barbershop, where barbershops typically take walk-ins as well as appointments. You want to be mindful of upgrading the experience and what the client is going through, and look at everything from their lens. So if we divide this $55 by 15, that means that divided by 4. That means that to maintain this, your 15-minute services cannot be less than $13.75. So I think based on the menu, the brief menu that we've already done, that we've already structured, we're right on target with that. With some of those add-on services being right around $15, this is perfect. This is going to put you right on track. And then this also means that your 30-minute services cannot be less than $27.50. So that means that 30-minute add-on service where we did the extraction, it has to maintain that $30, because if you do a discount on that service, you cannot go less than $27.50, because again, we're doing all this based upon the time and the numbers. There's another way to do this, but we can talk about that offline. But breaking down the prices like this also lets you see what your wiggle room is with your discounted options. If that makes sense, Goober Master, let me know in the chat. This also lets you know, like, if you have any services or you have any clients that you give discounts to, like family members and stuff like that, you know what you need to maintain. You know that anybody that you do in your chair within 30 minutes, you cannot go less than $27.50. But because I round up, it's $30 for your cheapest service. So that means if I'm pretty sure you straight on this, Goober Master, but the children's prices can't be less than $30, and if they are less, they need to be right around $27.50. That means also our 45-minute services, our 45-minute services can't be less than $41.25. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky because on certain situations, if you run into a situation where you got a $40 ticket, Goober Master, but this particular person, push you over that 30 minutes and it push you closer to that 45 to the 45-minute mark, you have to make sure that if 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 their ticket is $40, they have to buy a retail item. Or you're gonna have to take your 45-minute services. Are gonna have to at least be $45 so that you can stay on target with your financial goals that you're trying to get. Again, for those of you all who are just joining on or kind of like jumping around in this, we have bumped up the initial income 2 times already. So we added on $19,000 onto Goober Master's $48,000 just for himself. Then we added on an additional 20% for the business so that his business is profitable. So that additional $13,000 that we added on, this could be sitting in the bank account. That's going to make you look more attractive when you're trying to get financial products from the bank because they can see that you're profitable. Um, and it's a hell of an ego boost too, just to know that you're doing this less than 48. I mean, yeah, less than 48 hours a week. You're doing this right around 32 hours. 32 hours a week, light work, and especially if like what we talked before with the service menu and combining those services with the add-on and the retail, like restaurants do do their combo meals. You put yourself in a position where you only need 3 to 4 people a day. If that's what you're after, you don't have to do the 9 people. You don't have to do 10 people. You can do this rather easily. So we know. Let me write this down for you right quick. I'm sorry about the. Let me write this stuff down for you, Goober Master. So we got 1375 times 2. We got 2750 times 3. We got $41.25. Then just to make sure our numbers are still correct, $55. Okay. Again, I'm rounding up these numbers. I'm gonna go back to the screen in just a moment, guys. I'm just getting some stuff written down for the Goober Master. Okay. So now, if we have a haircut, Goober Master, from our conversation, I believe that your haircuts are $40 for the haircut. We need to make sure that we stay right around 30 minutes for just the initial haircut. That's not with the add-ons. That's not with anything else, and that's just the haircut. Now, if we're talking about haircut and beard, excuse me, then now we're talking about 45 minutes, and I again, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but haircut and beard for you is anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour what is the price for your best haircut and beard without any color enhancements or anything like that? Google Master, if you're with me, you can write that in the chat so I can see it. Let me know what is for, like, when you like doing some high quality work and you're not rushing. What's the price on that? Is it $50? Is it $55? Because if it's $50, we can see already that for you to hit these numbers, that if it takes you an hour to really put your foot, get really detailed without having to rush. If you're charging $50 for haircut and beard, we're at $60, my man. So yeah, we good. If you're smoking on the prices right now. So I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that you're already in a great place. You've probably just being more transparent and you're opening yourself up to help other people, like we probably was not that long ago, so that they can see the possibility of how to maneuver and grow their business. So yeah, if you're at $60 for an hour, you're right around like a dollar a minute. Okay, includes shampoo, conditioner, steam towel. Let me put this on the screen. Okay, so your standard haircut for a haircut beard with shampoo, conditioner, and a steam towel. This exclusive service, 60 minutes, is $60. Correct? And if that's true, then it means that Google Master, if you replied, I can't see it. And it sucks that I can't see the for the perfect picture cut, bro. We good. So if our daily target is 420 divided by 60, that means you need to do 7 picture perfect cuts a day. If we're not talking about add-ons, we're not talking about anything else. It's just we just doing 7 haircuts. 7 haircuts in 8 hours. That's a light day. Goober Master, we talked about this before, that doing, maintaining this is fairly easy on the weekends, like how it is with most of us. But um, are you seeing, is the potential there right now currently for you to do 7 $60 services on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday? We know the weekend is busy, but you don't want to put yourself in where if you could, I'm pretty sure you would agree that if your Tuesdays can look like Saturdays, that would be a good situation for you, or you're not stressed out and overworked on the weekends. Is that correct? Just hasn't been consistent. Okay, so that's where we're gonna have fun next week. Um, um, we're gonna take all of this information, take everything that we're talking about, and make that inconsistency more consistent. Um, I'm gonna show you something that I personally do, something that I've been doing for a while that I can't say at the moment because it's a big gem that that has been a game changer for me ever since I started doing it. And when when it happened and I started seeing how easy it was, I in about a year it got to the point where oftentimes I'm busier. My busiest days are Tuesdays and Thursdays. And the only reason why Wednesday isn't as busy is because Wednesday is where I only take appointments half the day. And I don't believe that there's not much different from me and you. Your work is amazing. Your beards are dope. On the service side, you got it. You got the look, you got the brand. Now it's just about putting yourself in position where you're just putting yourself in the position where the people that's been looking for you, now they can find you. Because they're already looking for you. They just haven't discovered you yet. And they're all over this world. There's people all over this world that's looking for what you have to offer. And that's what we want to do next week. We want to put you in a position where the people that's on Google right now searching, you come up in their feed. And are they able to get in your chair? So let me let's work these numbers. So let's say we take that picture perfect haircut. So this is a taste of what we'll do next week. When you're creating content, you're not putting up regular stuff. You're not putting up your $40 haircut. $40 haircut that's dead. I mean, you can post it every once in a while if you want to, but your focus is right now. Let me click something right quick. Your focus right now is only showing your picture perfect haircuts. So we got a picture perfect haircut that is $60. Now, in order for you to maintain that picture perfect haircut, you're already doing the shampoo and conditioner and the steam towel. Let's identify problems with that client. Some of those clients are going to have scalp issues. So we can either do a $30 a $15 scalp detox, or to maintain clear skin, we're going to add on the Express Facial. Again, our Express Facial is, let me go back to it. Our Express Facial is $30. Oh, sorry. So now we're at $90. Now we got I just lost the page. Hold up, I just lost something. Uh-oh. What products do I use for the for the Express Facial? Okay. Express Facial, very simple. I mean the breakdown of a men's facial is cleanse, exfoliate, and tone. So you use your cleanser of choice. make sure that it's for all skin types, because I mean, you will have to have somebody with combination skin, somebody with oily skin, somebody with dry skin. You don't want to be where you in the where you have all these different items all over your station. Don't want to be like me. I have so much product, it is ridiculous. I'm always running out of room. But if I had to just pick a few items, it's going to be a cleanser that is uh, that's virtually has no chemicals in it. So I would be trying to find something that's plant based for um, for all skin types. Then we're gonna use some type of gentle exfoliant scrub. Most of these companies have a scrub that goes along with it. Um, in the event that you do not have a scrub that goes along with said cleansing product, you would reapply the cleanser with an exfoliating glove. But you have to be careful with that glove because it can be a little bit too abrasive. I would use the silicone brush, um, or the rotating brush. You got the exfoliating cleanser. Yeah. What about the exfoliating cleanser? Yeah. You can use that. That's gonna really shorten up your time. So you're already thinking outside of the box. So yeah. So if you got your exfoliating cleanser, you're gonna do that maybe twice. After you do your exfoliating cleanser, you're gonna use your your facial moisturizer, um, some type of aloe vera base. Most companies, like I said, have a moisturizer that goes along with it. And because we're talking about the experience, don't just put it on the face. Put it on the face. Use your hand massager, rub that in, and then you can. In between removing products, you'll use your hot towels, and to really increase the service, maybe that last towel where you take that the excessive product from the moisturizer off of the face, use a cold towel. Take that off, pat it dry, and then you'll use your toner at the end. Most of the companies have some type of toner that you finish off with that goes along with the exfoliating cleanser, like we said. If 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 you're looking for other options, rose water is one of my favorites. I use rose water a lot. I tend to go with the rose water with glycerin, but that's because we live in Chicago, and around this time of year, the weather really beats up on the skin, and we can get really dry skin here in Chicagoland in the wintertime. So I tend to use rose water with glycerin. So those are your three products, which are also the three things that you're going to sell to your client. I hope that helps. So we have the perfect picture haircut that's $60 plus the $30 express facial that only added on 75 75 minutes. Now you said your picture perfect haircut. Oh, and then we also said that we're going to also add on products. So we got facial cleanser, $10. We got exfoliant, $10. And then we have our toner, $10. It's $120. In your content, you're gonna capture all of that. Not necessarily like the price or anything, but you're gonna capture the haircut experience. You're gonna capture this picture perfect haircut. Then you're gonna capture the relaxation of the 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 facial. And then you're gonna capture the purchase of the retail items and the explanation and the understanding of the client being educated on his face and his needs and what it needs for his face. That's what you're gonna focus your content creating on. And then next week when we talk and we wrapping this up, we'll talk about where to place this content at. So now, if your focus is primarily on, and not to say that you're not going to get a $40 client here, not to say you're not going to do a $30 cut there, because that still happens. I mean, we're in the business of serving the public, but what your focus and what you're after is the $120 ticket that we can see. We ain't adding no color. We ain't talked about. I don't see a color enhancement in there. You just said simply. Let me go back to your comment. It picture perfect haircut includes shampoo, conditioner, steam, the steam towel. It's more about the experience, and I'm pretty sure you're getting real detail on that. But we ain't got no color enhancements. We didn't even put scalp treatments if the client has really dry, flaky scalp. We if the client has a beard, we didn't even add in the beard wash, no beard color enhancement. This is light work. So the color enhancement is optional. Very, very cool. You in a position and you have wiggle room where you can keep the color enhancement as an option. Or new clients, those that don't know your system, the color enhancement can be $10 for the front line, $15, or $15 just for like the beard to be enhanced. For hair and beard, it can be $25. You can do that easy, no problem, and that would raise the ticket on up to $145. But let's just keep it where it's at $120. Our initial goal was $420. $420 a day times 4 days puts you at $1,680. $1,680 times 48 weeks puts you at over your $80,000 target. It puts you over your $80,000 target. You are all good. So we talked about the 7 people at $60. But what if your content creating was on the $120 ticket? Now your $420 day, your $420 day goal, now divided by 120. Now you only need to do 3 to 4 people. You can do 3 people and a $30 haircut, 3 people and a $40 haircut. 3 people and one of those people get the upgrade with, an additional service or additional retail. Or simply, we haven't even included tips. Tips in itself is an additional income. Now you can really lower the cost that it's going to take you for marketing and promotion, because you're not going after a lot of people. You could build your business around 3 or 4 people a day. That's 14 people a week. So now 14 people a week, especially if they're weekly, if these are weekly clients spending this, which again, you heard a testimony on last week from one of the clients just saying out of his own mouth like what it is. I don't really share that like too often, because for some people they believe that it's not believable, but it's real. It's a real thing. And anybody who does actual like an actual coaching session with me and we on Zoom and you really want to dig into the numbers, I have no problem with showing receipts. I definitely carry receipts. Got a whole lot of receipts, and it's not for bragging purposes at all, but it's for It's for proof. It's for proof that it does not. You don't have to be focused on becoming famous on social media and growing tens of thousands of followers. You don't have to be stressed out in that way. For a long time, I thought that that was the route that I needed to go. And I was really, really active on social media for a while. That's how I first initially built my business until I discovered this stuff that I'm sharing with you all over these past couple of weeks, especially what I learned and I'm sharing with you today. Once I figured a lot of this stuff out, it took a lot of anxiety away. It took that burden off. I was able to focus on my wife and my children and not have to be so focused on being internet popular. Not to say that that doesn't have its place. Shout out to all those social media influencers that are in the industry. Here in Chicagoland, we have some really, really dope, talented barbers. But what I'm sharing with you right now, you know, it's it's really changed my life and changed my business in a way that I never saw for myself. I never thought that this was possible, and but I'm so glad that it happened. And I just want to share this with, I just want to share this with you all. So we have this 14 people a week. If that makes sense, write me a comment, send me a thumbs up, send me a private message. Let me know if this helps. I'm definitely um, sharing some things with you all. It's not about. I mean, I could talk about photography. I could talk about content creating, and I could talk about uh, analytics and understanding how to hack the analytics and the algorithm of social media. I got a little game on that. Not a whole lot because it's constantly changing and it gets exhausting, but I'm really trying to put yourself in a position where you don't have to compete with the algorithm. If you don't hear nothing else from me, you will always hear me preach that I could care less about an Instagram algorithm. I could care less about a Facebook algorithm because the way I market my business and the way that I fill my chair up, it is has less to do with social media and more to do with everything we've talked about these past 3 weeks, starting with that assessment and resting upon and built on that value proposition statement. There have been several barbers who, for years, I preached, write down your value proposition statement over and over and over, and it just kind of just blow it off because it seems like that doesn't have any immediate value, but those who actually listen, wrote out their value proposition, it changed their business. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have an opportunity to bring someone on to do more like a testimony of just what their business was before we connected, and just kind of share with you like the story of their business and the events that happened and what led to the success that they're having now. Again, my motto is that I can't promise anybody success. I can't promise you success. This this number 14 probably won't work for a lot of you, but I'm committed to creating and maintaining an environment and having resources available to you that's gonna make it really, really hard for you not to succeed behind the chair. Um, let's go. So we got the 14 people, and I'll give you this one more thing. If we got these 14 people that we're trying to get every week, and I'll explain this next week, 140 is the magic number. That's our magic number. I will break this down next week. What that means. But let's go back and look at the Goober Master situation. So these are some things that I'm jotting down for the Goober Master right now. Goober Master, I am going to build out a formula spreadsheet for you, and I'll tag you into this um, into this page, and I make sure that you have all this by the middle of the week. But going back and oh, here we go. Those are so again. These here are my super clients here. We talked about having super clients. That's my personal super client list. Goober Master, if we ever do like a Zoom call where it's private and not online, in this way, we'll I'll show you what I do with my super client list. We're gonna talk a little bit about it next week, but definitely this here is this this whole Notion is a game changer. The first productivity software that I really used and I like was Trello. It really helped me to step my game up in the way I organize my business. But this right here, me using software like this, as opposed to using pen and paper and kind of writing out my ideas, where this is like my brain. You're like looking at the way I think, and what I like about this is that for some, so like for you right now, Google Master, based upon what we're being talking about, your focus right now is on the haircuts, but you may get to a point where your focus may be on the facials, then shaves, then haircuts, and we can kind of move this around the way we want, the way you see fit, and I'll show you how to combine all of this stuff and how to package certain things. Here where it says daily moisturizing shampoo, you may want to change this for hydrating shampoo. Even though that means the same thing, that that will be um, up to you as like exactly what this is. But what we want to do here in this session is that we're gonna build out these formulas and stuff where you put all of your links where maybe to order these products is just at a click of a button where you see what that actual item is, what the price is, what the retail cost is, and then a link that you can just click right on here to place the order right away. Something that I want to get into talking about is automations and how to set up your business to do automations. You can see right up in here, I'm already starting to build out my thoughts around automations and kind of show what I'm doing in my own business. But back to this, we can see right now for your 60-minute service for a facial, you are priced well. For your 30-minute service for the shave, you are also priced well. Haircut services, you are priced well. You have as long as your online booking is broken down into 15-minute intervals. I can't say that enough. Break everything down into 15-minute intervals, not the 5-minute blocks, but the 15-minute intervals. All you have to focus on now is 4 people. Again, 4 people at a higher ticket price. You don't even need to do the whole 7. Now, how you're gonna find those 4 people is gonna be based upon that client avatar, based around the people that you're already servicing, and what you want to try to do is transition people like TJ. TC. Let's go back and look at your client avatar. We want to base all this around clients like TC, Carl, and Danny. Connect with them more on a deeper level with them and their circle of influence to draw in those 4 people that you need every day to get those 14 people that you need every week. Someone who's making $75,000 to $150,000 a year, they are in a position where financially it's not that they can definitely afford $120 ticket. What you have to do is present to them a service that's worth $150 to $200, where it feels like a steal that when they trade this $120 for a $200 service or a $200 experience, it's a no-brainer for them, and they'll gladly do it any and every time. But what's dope about your situation, Goober Master, and everybody else that's watching this, those that are on Facebook and then those that are on YouTube, if you're watching this, what's dope about Goober Master's situation is that in his value proposition statement, let me go to it. In Goober Master's value proposition statement, his commitment, his promise transformation is that they can walk into any room with the confidence of knowing that their grooming is on point. What he understands about them or what he does for them is providing them with a customized style and experience to meet their needs and exceed. That right there is key. Exceed expectations. Uh-oh. I think my face is in the way. Sorry, guys. Sorry that my face was in the way. Let me go back over there so you can see it. He is committed to exceeding expectations of the client and making their grooming and their look the last thing that they're worried about. As long as he sticks, as long as Goober Master sticks to his value proposition statement, as long as Goober Master commits himself to sticking to his value proposition statement, what he's already committed in his business, and focusing in on selling and promoting and creating content around his package service that has a $200 value, that is this picture perfect haircut with the facial services, as well as displaying a really dope products. As long as Goober Master does that, he should have no problem with finding 3 or 4 people a day that don't mind paying premium price for premium service. Goober Master, you gotta make sure that your social media, anything that's less than that picture perfect look or that picture perfect experience, you might want to consider putting that in the archive. Not necessarily deleting it, because you can use that later on for different things. But from here on out, your next 9 posts need to be centered around showcasing the best work that you have, the best haircuts that you have, the best beards that you have, the best facial experiences that you can display, as well as making sure that every aspect of your value proposition statement, it is seen in the way that you present yourself, not just online, but when you are in the shop, when you're behind the chair, when you're with the client, when you're talking with them, when you're writing them text messages. You want to make sure that your value proposition statement is the thing that anchors you and guides you through everything that you need. Guys, I hope that makes sense. Goober Master, do you have any questions? And not just Goober Master. Does anybody else have any question? I don't want to just leave him out. I'm gonna check Skull. So right back into Facebook one more time. Leave him out. I'm gonna check Skull. So right back into Facebook one more time. Leave him out. I'm gonna check Skull. So right back into Facebook one more time. Leave him out. I'm gonna check Skull. So right back into. You have any questions for me, bro? Facebook one more time. Questions? We're gonna wrap it up today. Leave him out. I'm gonna check Sco. So right now I'm hanging out with you all. You have any questions for me, bro? If we don't have any questions, we are gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I definitely appreciate all the comments and the feedbacks and the DMs. And again, if anybody wants to learn more about software that I'm used to write out the the um, the 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 stuff that we're doing. If you saw anything that you're interested in, please send me a DM. I definitely will hit you back as soon as I can. Um, and Goober Master, I definitely appreciate you, bro. So I don't see anything in the Facebook, and I haven't checked my direct message, but I will see you all next week, and we'll wrap this up. Everything that we've talked about over the past 3 weeks, we'll take everything and wrap this up in a nice bow that has nothing to do with growing your Instagram following. Nothing to do. Everything we're talking about with growing content has nothing to do with YouTube. It has nothing to do with Facebook, predominantly. But we're going to take this and show you how to package this in a way to really hit those clients. I look forward to talking to you all, and see you all next week.